As we have seen, generative AI has the potential to help instructors transform their course materials in a variety of ways. But it can also help you to better understand your students, their areas of strength and weakness, and their general attitudes towards their learning. This insight can have a far-reaching impact on how you design your course materials. In this video, we will look at simple ways you can employ generative AI to help you better understand your learners and turn that understanding into concrete strategies for improving course materials. To begin, you will need to have data for the AI tool to analyze. If your course has an embedded feedback survey for students, this is a good place to start. If not, you will need to create and distribute some sort of feedback mechanism, or you can export your gradebook to a spreadsheet format for student performance analysis by grade items. One note of caution: you should never upload any file into an AI tool that contains information that could identify an individual. If your data contains any names, student numbers, or other personal information, it is vital that you remove this before uploading. Only share anonymized data, and aggregate data is usually best. Your spreadsheet may require some minor editing to prepare it for analysis by the AI tool. Let's take a look at two examples where we have asked ChatGPT to analyze and summarize student feedback and performance data. In the first example, we have the results of a course feedback survey asking students to identify challenges and areas of enjoyment in a course. First, we will upload the survey results spreadsheet obtained from the survey application. Then, we direct ChatGPT summarize the results for us. In the resulting analysis, ChatGPT provides a bulleted list explaining the general responses for each survey question. From this, we can see that students found recognizing prefixes, suffixes, and word roots of medical terminology the most challenging, while differentiating between abbreviations and eponyms was considered quite easy. With this data, we can perhaps provide more opportunities for learning reinforcement and practice for the first item, and not be too concerned about the other area. As you can see, ChatGPT gives us some additional prompt suggestions for other ways we can analyze this data. For example, if we click on which activity was most disliked overall, we see that course readings were the most often identified disliked item. Knowing this, we could possibly look at the reading list and determine if, in fact, there are too many reading items listed. Or, if every item on the reading list is essential, we may perhaps consider an alternative assignment, such as dividing the class into small groups where each student selects or is assigned a reading and must post a summary presentation of the reading to be critiqued by the other students. Another possibility is to ask ChatGPT to analyze and summarize your class grades. In this example, we have asked ChatGPT to analyze and summarize the grades for this class using an uploaded spreadsheet that has been anonymized and aggregated. We can see that the first output was a summary table. We can download this and examine it later. Asking ChatGPT to provide us with a narrative summary takes this data and converts it into a more readable format. From this exercise, we can determine that students, on average, performed the least well in the discussion forums. We may then want to look more closely at our discussions and determine if some alternative discussion strategies, such as class debates, video discussions, or role-playing games, might promote greater engagement and participation. These are just a few examples of the ways in which generative AI can help you tailor your course to the needs of your learners. The more you experiment and interact with these tools, the more ways you will think of to ask AI to help you understand your learners.